Hi everyone, welcome to 7741. This is your first Monday video. Each Monday I will send you a new video talking about whatever we've learned from the previous week and thinking about what's coming up. Today is June the 18th and the next set of modules are due on Wednesday, June the 20th. And Sunday, June the 24th. So that's this coming week. You are a great group. Everybody's super supportive and funny. I really loved peering into your lives this past week and seeing pictures of your children and your pets and your vacation photos. So thank you for sharing yourselves with us. I hope that we can create a bit of an online community together. One of the things I wanted to address in the chart where I asked you to talk about your fears or concerns about technology, one of the ones that came up frequently was a fear that you won't be able to monitor kids at all times while they're using technology. And really, the truth is, you shouldn't monitor kids at all times. You have to think about the in-school and out-of-school uses of technology. So kids may only be allowed to access certain sites when they're in school or in your room, but then as soon as they leave school and get in the parking lot, they're on their phone looking at a completely different site. So what's important for us to do is to equalize the out-of-school technology use with the in-school technology use. Why should the things that they do outside of school related to technology, as long as they're not, highly inappropriate, not also be allowed in school, where we can talk to them about it, teach them about it. It's important that we talk to them about using inappropriate language or bullying online when we can catch it, when we can mentor them on it. This kind of thing happens. Kids are going to do that, especially in middle school. But teaching critical digital media skills and how to deal with that kind of language, or how to deal with websites that pop up that maybe are not appropriate for their age, that's something that we can help to negotiate in the classroom. Netiquette is something that we really have to teach. That's our job. There's also a fear you expressed that the old ways of paper and pen and books are sort of going out the window, a sense that we have to use technology in every single lesson. And this isn't true. It is important to prepare students for careers that we can't even imagine yet, careers that haven't even been invented yet. But technology is not essential for every single lesson. It's the vehicle to facilitate learning, but for your lessons, if you see a low-tech approach that would work the best, then use that. A high-tech approach is not always the best one. So you really have to think about, what is it that I want students to accomplish? What's my goal? What's my objective? And then how can I get there the most expedient and efficient way? Is it through technology, or is it through paper and pen and books? So think about those things in terms of technology. Technology is wonderful, but as you discovered this past week in this Module 1, there are affordances and constraints. So affordances are the positive things about technology, and constraints are the sort of the downside. And every single tool, whether it's a fish skinner or Pinterest, has affordances and constraints. And so you just need to be mindful of those. It doesn't make it bad. It just means that as long as you understand that there's a downside and an upside. The same thing is true of books, really, right? So books are great, but, well, you can't take them in the bathtub very well because they get wet. And if you leave it out in the rain, it gets wet and papers can get torn out of it, and so on. You get my point. Anyways, so affordances and constraints are important to consider. I wanted to quickly go over the answers to the quiz that you took. So let me just bring that up and switch over here to, hold on, sorry about that. Okay. So the reading quiz, in the first question it asks, what is another term for cultural tool? It says another term for cultural tool is mediational means. Is that true or false? And of course the answer for that is true. We all use tools the same way. The answer for that one is false. Obviously some people can think of creative ways to use all different kinds of tools. Tools determine the action that we take with them. The answer to that is false. The tool doesn't determine the action, we determine the action. We use the tool in a way that is helpful to us, whether it's a slicer that slices eggs, or whether it's Pinterest. Maybe some people use Pinterest to collect pictures of beautiful homes that they see, and others use Pinterest, like my father-in-law just discovered Pinterest and now he's using it to look at pictures of trains. So we all use them in different ways. So the definition of a person is it's human being plus cultural tool. Human being plus cultural tool. And then every tool has affordances and constraints, and that, as we know, is true because every tool does have a plus side and a downside. This week I have asked that you think about I've asked you to think about comparing written communication with digital communication and how does one remediate the other. You also have a large project that you'll begin, which is about remediating a poem, a digital poem. So have a look at that. Any questions, please ask, and I look forward to seeing you online. Have a great week.